Shalom, Yas follower. Hey, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, the volume. All right, shalom, shalom. Let me know if you can hear me, the volume. Put a 8 for great. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I'll be with you guys just a second. I'm doing the live stream, brothers. Okay. Yeah, you're right. All right. Shalom, shalom, guys. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Whew, how's everybody doing? All right, let me turn the volume on over here. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get a little closer. How about that? That may be a little better. How about that? Yeah, that might work. Shalom, shalom. All right. Okay. All right. Shalom, guys. Shalom. It's kind of frozen on my side there, but awesome to have you guys. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Let's see who all we have here. Lacey, how you doing? Yash follower, shalom, shalom, Shakinya. It's about to get real. Shalom. My brother David Burdett, thank you. Shalom, shalom. Let's see here. Okay, look like we got everybody there. Sky belongs to David Burdett. How you doing, Sister Sky? Let's see here, Lacey. You can make it. Okay, let me see if I can make it louder. Hold on. Okay, so I hope that did it. I hope that fixed it. Okay, maybe I'm old enough. Okay, House of Colette, shalom, shalom, brother. All right, let's see here. What's going on, my brother Andre, what's going on? All right. Okay, how's that? Is that worse? How's that? All right, shalom, family. Malak Yashrayal, shalom. HOQ Key, shalom. HOQ Belinda, shalom. Okay, okay, I like it. Shalom. Birdie, M4 Johnny. Sierra Harris, shalom. All right, good, good, good. I'm glad the volume's a little bit better. Good, 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 good. Yas okay. Okay, cool, cool. All right, cool. You just turned me up. Okay, good. Yeah, just turn me up, turn me up. I maxed out the volume over here. Uh, Over here, I put the volume up like to the max. So I'm doing it here off my iPad and looking at my computer over here. Now, another thing, I need to try to get some light. So you guys hold on a second because it's gonna start getting dark here soon. Will you have scriptures? Yeah, okay. All right, that's better. There we go. That's better. Sorry, guys, a little sweaty. This was actually outside working on that trailer. And it's amazing what you can do when you have to. So, but guys, wow, I gotta tell you, before we even get started, let me ask you guys something. Who put yes or something? Who watched the Murray Tribe interview on spiritual combat? Tell me who watched it. Let me know who actually watched it. Who's seen it? Okay. Okay, and for Johnny, he's seen it. Belinda, okay, she's seen it. House Colette, my brother, he saw it. He watched it. Who else has seen it? I just want to know who's seen it, because we'll be bringing up some stuff that you won't have a clue. You'll be like, what are they talking about? This is after I had to agree with my phone. I pray for her. Okay. Okay, it's about the she watched it. Okay, she can't. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Brother David. Yep. At least he watched it. Shakenya watched it. Okay. Good. Wanted to see who actually watched it. But I don't want to bring up too many things that won't even know what we're talking about. Okay, so I don't want you guys to think that I'm just making this stuff up on the fly. My brother Dave, okay, the Birdie household, salute to you, bless you and your house. All right, so apparently TBIC watched it, so we watched it and we took some notes. I'm gonna tell you guys, I took some notes. I'm gonna tell you right now. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. I took some notes. Okay, that's a page full of notes. It's another page full of notes. Another page full of notes, and another page full of notes, okay? Full of notes, all right? I don't know if you can see it, and yes, I watched it multiple times. The first time I was just listening like, okay, let's see what they have to say. And I caught it, and I may have missed maybe the first 20 minutes of it, but I went back and watched it, so. But it started cooking after about 10, 12 minutes or so. It really started cooking, okay? So overall, I think it was an incredible interview. Like, so much wisdom was just pouring out of both of those beautiful people's face. It was just wisdom after wisdom after wisdom. On a side note, I was kind of, I want to be nice because I like Michael Israel, but was I alone in thinking that Michael Israel should let them just talk, let them just keep going when they start talking? Okay. Am I alone in that? Y'all let me know. That's what I was thinking. Watched it 3 times, yeah. Oh, I was going to let know you want, yes, exactly. That's what I was thinking. I was like, Michael, just zip it, stop it, stop. So that's what I was thinking, because when they get going, because he wanted to interject, right? He wanted to interject and kind of, and sometimes when you're not, I guess if you are thinking, as a host, you may think, or the interviewer, you think if they talk, you feel like you're getting lost in the shuffle, but that's not true. It's the opposite. You are asking a question to get your guest to talking, right? And you only ask another question when they run out of steam. When they start running out of gas, then you throw a question in there and boom, to get them going again, right? So I was it's not to be mean to him. I just wanted him to just let them go, let them go. Yeah, Brother David's like, he wish he was quiet a little bit more. I was too, because I was looking at this dude. I'm in my 40s and I'm looking at this dude like, a father figure to me, because I know he's an elder. I'm just listening to wisdom. I'm just learning at his feet, Can you interview the mayor? I would love to. I try, I think the TBIC, I think it could be something on the horizon. Obviously I can't promise that or whatever, but it's something, if Elder Murray allows it. And after we, make a little bit more noise or whatever, I think we probably could. We'll look into it. But interviewing these people, I personally think that they're going to explode. I really do. I personally think Elder Murray has done a good job by laying low and just kind of being undercover. Just being undercover and laying low, not really divulging everything, all this. This dude is generations. Okay, he's like a third generation Hebrew Israelite polygynist, and we don't know that much, right? We don't know that much about him. Now, I understand he does have an inner circle and he congregates and meet and fellowship with other elders. I understand that, and other patriarchs. But this was the whole crux of this interview. This is just the whole thing. I thought it was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm gonna get into these notes real quick, but I agree, but it seems a lot of interviews go like this. Yeah, a lot of interviews go like that where, the interviewer, I just wants to hear them, period. No need to lead them, just let them. Absolutely, absolutely. That's my brother following Yeshua, Brother Chris. That's what I'm saying. All you do, that's what I say. You just ask a question when they run out of steam and it's just a long pause and they don't know where to go. Okay, throw in a question and then walk away. Just let them go. Let them go. It was so much wisdom. And then also, before we get into the notes, because I want you guys to have your notes too, before we get into the notes, am I alone feeling like that 3 hours felt like an hour? Am I alone in that? It felt like it was an hour. I was like, that's 3 hours? Because it was I was thirsty for that information, that experience. Did it feel like 3 hours to you guys? Because to me, it felt like an hour. It felt like it breezed by. Okay? It felt like it breezed by. Did it feel like a long time to you guys? To me, it did not. To me, it was real quick. But we're gonna go ahead and get it. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna go ahead and get into it. Now, these are my notes by some of the things. Yeah, me too. It's about that entire. It changed my whole. The interview absolutely blew my mind. It gave me so much clarity. I got so much clarity. I had like an idea of what I wanted to do, right? And the interview just filled in so many gaps. It's ridiculous. It just filled in so many gaps. I was like, okay, I was looking at that I was a little off on this. This makes perfect sense. Oh, okay, understood, brother. Appreciate that. Let me know. Understood, brother. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and get into the interview. Let's talk about it. First thing that they talked about, I'm going for the notes, and you guys can definitely chime in. But they were saying, who's out front there? Okay. Anyway, all right. He said, okay, he was talking about family is the foundation, right? And it's talking about power, influence, and generational transfer. Okay, that's going to be key. That's going to be important. Somebody might knock at the door, but it's dropping off a package or something. That's going to be key. That's going to be talking about generational transfer. And my brother over Following Yeshua, he's gonna we're gonna talk about that with community and stuff like that. And he did a really incredible lesson on that and talking about generational transfer. But we're gonna get into that, okay? And then what they're talking about is the downfall of the Hebrew family. We know after we got scattered into all the nations and stuff, then we don't trust each other, then we don't like each other, we don't fellowship with each other. We have an evil eye, part of the curses. We have an evil eye towards our brother, stuff like that. And so it contributed to the breakdown and degradation of the black family or the Hebrew family. Okay, so we talk about that. Crafty counsels led to the destruction of the family. Okay, so he talked about that, and he talked about how it happened. Okay, they're talking about the buck breaking, being drawn and quartered. Sister Gina, Mother Gina, she was talking about how when someone's drawn and quartered, when they're between two horses and they're just pulled apart, right? Then they're just pulled apart, and then oftentimes families are right there, okay, witnessing, that is their strength, right? The husband, the dad, that is the strength of the family. They witness that destruction. They witness dad being broken, his body being broken, his spirit being broken, his mind being broken. So that led to the destruction of the Hebrew family. So it talked about that. Look at breaking mom and dad's spirits when your babies are gator bait, stuff like that. The big brother system. Okay, when you had a lot of when you had the feminist movement and you had this big brother system, because now you remove the man, you remove the Hebrew man, and you can get things like welfare and Section 8 and Medicaid, Medicare, lesbianism, child support. Basically, when you have all this and the system is right there for you, who needs a man, right? But the main family that suffers from that is the Hebrew family. That's the main family. I'm not saying it's the only, but the main family that suffers from all of that is the Hebrew family. Okay? You look at abortion, and when you look at the statistics, which race of people has the most abortions? And where are these clinics strategically placed? You see? So they talked about that, okay? They talk about that stuff. So we definitely gotta think about those type of things. Let's see. We understand, my brother, getting stuff done. Yep. Following sure. Listen with 1 year the first time, and then 2 years the second time, my heart the third time. I love it. Which interview? Vince D. We're talking about the Murray Tribe interview that it was on Spiritual Combat, and they were talking about it was Elder Murray and Dr. Gina Murray, and they were just talking about mainly really the first book, the Them and Him, and then they got a little bit into the book 2, not that much. They just did a little bit into book 2, but not that much. But it really centered around the first one, which it's incredible. If you have not read the book, you really got to read it. You really got to get it. You really got to check it out. But they were talking about that, all the things that broke down the family. So I thought it was, I thought it was brilliant. I thought brilliant. They talked about the Hebrew man. They started getting it. Then they started to transition into saying the Hebrew man, he has a nation within him, right? His DNA, obviously, making children. He has a nation within him. And then Elder Murray, he said the goal is a clean and pure bloodline. Okay, clean and pure blood. That way, the man making seed. Okay, making seed, building his tribe, building his family, and leading his family. Right. And then he was talking about matriarchy, because he said, matriarchy dilutes the bloodline. It mixes the seed, and the result of that, what we look at is a lot of baby daddy syndrome. A lot of baby daddies out there. Okay, you have women, children, multiple dads, stuff like that. That doesn't help Israel, right? And I'm just going over the interview, right? So there'll be some people who are going to be real sensitive to that or whatever, but it wasn't my interview. Okay, I'm just talking about the things that hurt Israel or help Israel. The bloodline talk. Yeah, the bloodline talk was definitely deep. He was talking about that. He's talking about matriarchy. It dilutes the bloodline. When matriarchy is ruling, what happens? You get baby daddies. Okay, there's no lineage. Okay, there's no tribe being built and passed on. There's none of that's happening. Okay, so you have the mixed seeds, and of course, remember what we say, or I say a lot in the lessons when I'm saying that the Most High, He'll give us something earthly to understand, first, to get the things that are heavenly or kingdom minded, right? So it's like, don't mix certain seeds and don't have diverse fabrics and things like that, right? So it's very earthly. We don't think about it. We're like, what does that mean? What's the big deal? But it goes back to like mixing the seed and man and woman. So not to do that, all right? Because in matriarchy, it felt, in matriarchy, the matriarch will say that it's all the same. Everything's all the same. It doesn't matter. Well, to the Most High, it does matter. Okay, it does matter if you read the scripture. Okay, it said patriarchy sets the stage and it raises up a house or a tribe. That's the beauty of patriarchy. It sets up a house or a tribe. It's a lineage. That's how things get passed down. That's how it gets passed down. And I just think that's beautiful. I'll tell you guys, personally, because where I come from, what I witnessed was a lot of baby daddy, baby mama type stuff, right? I'm originally, I'm from Houston and stuff, so I'm from the the big city, and grew up in the hood. And as you know, every major city has every state has hoods in it, and it was not a good thing to have kids, to have a lot of kids. It was not seen as a good thing to have a lot of kids because what happens, you're probably not going to work out. The mother is going to automatically take your kids from you. You're going to be put on child support. You're going to be talked about negative, that you're no good, you're deadbeat, stuff like that. And then you're on the hook for like 18 years, losing, your income. I've seen guys that have child support and like all of their money is gone, okay, because they have so many kids and stuff like that. Now, I know both parents create the situation, I know, but I'm just saying overall, outside looking in, it wasn't fun, okay? It wasn't fun. It was just a bunch of baby mama, baby daddy drama, so it wasn't a good thing. It just getting married wasn't even positive. We just start with just getting married. That wasn't even positive right there. It wasn't a good picture. Why? Everybody broke up. Everybody broke up. I didn't hear about people being married for 20, 25 years. Okay? I came from, hey, my dad, I had my mother and father, both of them, hey, rest in peace, but they broke up. I was 9 years old, 8, 9 years old. That was the last time I ever seen my natural birth father. So I was a product of that. So getting married was never seen as a good thing. I'm just saying coming up, right? So that's just getting married. Now kids, that was no good either. Now people, what we did, being wicked as we are, we bypassed and forego getting married, but we were still having kids. And you still have broken homes. So it didn't matter, you see? So when Elder Murray was putting things together and talking about patriarchy and having kids, and he said his kids and his seed and all that, I thought that was beautiful, spot on. I was just in awe. I did not want to miss anything that this family was talking about. I didn't want to miss anything. But let's talk about, assembly. He was talking about assembly. He said you must first build an assembly by first building your tribe. And we're doing that backwards. I was, building a ministry, found individual and stuff. I'm building a ministry as an individual and stuff. And here I am, I got 2 kids, two natural kids and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, let me just go out and just speak the truth in everybody. And I'm trying to build that way. But why not build according to what Elder Murray was talking about, according to being a patriarch? Why not build according to that? And I just thought it just opened my eyes. He said, so first you build that assembly. Now think about this. I like the model that he was talking about because it's a model that TBIC talked about as well. Okay? He's saying, first build your house, your tribe, right? Build your tribe. And then you fellowship or build an assembly with other men building their tribe. So basically, patriarchs fellowshipping with patriarchs. Mind blowing. Do you get that? Do you get that in the church? Do you get patriarchs building with patriarchs, tribes building with tribes? Do you get that? No. So they brought this whole idea of tribalism, and I'm like, and it's not like that's the first time we heard of tribalism, but when it comes all together, when we put it all together, absolutely, brother Andre. They said churches want finances. That's all they want. They didn't build any of this stuff. This is a whole new meaning of brethren and fellowship and assembly. Whole new meaning of elders. You build a tribe, you're an elder. You run your house well, you are an elder. Okay? You are a patriarch. You're a patriarch. Okay? Because some people might want to put wisdom into elder, so okay, no problem. You are a patriarch. If you're the head of your home, you rule your house well, and you have a tribe going. You're developing and putting together a tribe. Okay? Absolutely. Shalom, Spiritual Combat. How are you doing, brother? First of all, let me tell you, everybody in this stream applaud and commend you for having them on that live stream, for having that interview. Okay? Everyone on here applaud you and commend you for that. Okay? Michael Israel from Spiritual Combat looked like he joined in on it. So shalom to you, brother. Our only critique was to let him go, let him talk, let them talk, just let them pour all that wisdom, let them go. That was our only critique of that. Let them go. But they're talking about family. They're talking about patriarchy. Talking about patriarchs being the head, the pastor, the priest, the king in the home. Okay, his own house, and then assemble with other men who have done the same thing. Very simple, but powerful. Very simple, but powerful. That's what TBIC is trying to do. Okay, that's why we're not trying to lord over each other and have pastors over each other, anything like that. All of us, all five of us, we study the word, right? Not trying to make something of make more of ourselves than we ought. What we want to do is to build our household and rule it well. Patriarch assembling with patriarchs. That's the idea. That's what we want to do. Okay, so this interview, so much information. I mean, as you said, I got 4 or 5 pages. We may not even get to all of it. He said, follow the Torah functionally, not religiously. Follow the Torah functionally, not religiously. So you see it, it's right there on the page, and then you put it in your life. What a novel idea. How about that? That's when you hear a lot of Hebrew men who are doers. That's what they're talking about. Do it. The scripture says do this, do it. Scripture says do that, do it. Scripture says don't do this, don't do it. Live it, make it apply in your life. Practical, absolutely. Practical application. That's what he's saying. Practical, follow it functionally. It is an instruction. It really is an instruction manual. It really is. That's why we're doing this thing, this coming out and practicing group economics and homesteading and all that. It's for us to do practically, because the scripture says, follow the old path, seek out the old paths. Well, this was the old path. Patriarchy is the whole path. Homesteading is the old path. Assembling one another is the old path. This is what we're talking about. Building something is the old path. And this is in function, because even before I'm teaching these lessons, as you guys can see, I teach a bunch of lessons, right? But I thought, just like my brothers in TBIC, I thought there's something more, there's something missing. There is, I may not know what it is, but I'm not doing enough. Then I say, okay, well, I got to keep these feast days. Let's just do that. It's good, that's a start, but that's not enough. Because even when I came to the truth, if I go back to what I was talking about with kids, I meet some of my brothers, and I meet some brothers, and I'm not talking about just TBIC, I'm talking about from before, and their aspiration is to have a big family. Oh, I want 8, 9, 10 kids. I want 20 kids, stuff like that. We saw a brother, KGB. He's like, I want 94 kids and stuff like that. Me, stuff like that would normally make me cringe inside. I'm like, ooh, a lot of kids or whatever. But the Bible, they are a blessing. They are a good thing. And they are. They are. And it's telling us these things. Look at some of this. Yeah, it's concrete, not abstract. Absolutely. Absolutely. Practical application. House Colette said, right? Absolutely. When they said we follow Torah functionally, not religiously, that was silver bullet type stuff. Absolutely. Absolutely. I didn't want to, I wrote that down. I didn't want to gloss over that. We follow it functionally, not abstract. Okay. Oh, well, you know how they normally do it. Oh, well, that's your interpretation and all. You know what? No, they just doing it. This is what it says to do. That's what we're going to do. Okay. He also said that Israel assembled by tribe and household. That's what I'm talking about. Absolutely. They're assembled by tribe and they're assembled by household. You want to know what they start talking about next, brothers and sisters? They start talking about mate selection. Wrote those notes down too. They start talking about mate selection. Okay, it said the woman is first owned by her father, then her husband. What do you guys say about that? You see? So first, the woman is, and see, that's the thing. The Western mindset wants to convince our ladies that it is degrading. It's a bad thing. Oh, you're just property and things like that. Wait a minute. When we look at the scriptures and we look at the life cycle of a woman in scripture, she was taken care of from the womb to the tomb. She was meant to be covered from birth to her death. How is that bad again? How is that bad? I'm trying to figure out how is that bad. Then to House Colette, the world, be it church or family, never told us to live the word and have more than one wife and build your family through your seed. No, you're right. You're right. House of Colette, you're right. No, the world didn't teach us any of that stuff. They did teach us matriarchy. They did teach us that. They did teach us that. I'll tell you that because I don't think I've ever been more weak in my life as a man than when I was a Christian man. I cannot tell you a time when I was weaker as a man than when I was a Christian man. Everything I had to twist and cajole, and everything was catered around the feelings. Everything catered around how my wife feel. I lived the mantra, happy wife, happy life. No. We're tribalism now. Happy man, happy clan. That's how I look at it. Period. Point blank. They don't like that, then okay. Yeah, Father is sure. He says, I'm property of Yah and I'm thankful for. Absolutely. Am I his property? Yep, I am. I'm his servant. Yep. Can he just tell me what to do? Yes, he can. Happy. I'm happily owned by him. Happily owned. No woman in Israel should be uncovered. At Malak, yeah, brother, shouldn't. Tell them, brother, the intent was for them to be covered all their life. That's the idea. How is that bad? And for Johnny, we are all property. Thank you, brother. Yes, we are. Yes, we are, and I accept that fine. I accept that just fine. Okay? If you think about it, our grand and great grandparents had 10 plus. Absolutely. Bro, I'm telling you, my mind was just, I was like, man, having a lot of kids, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm thinking dollar signs, like all the money I gotta spend. I don't want a lot of kids. Now, I'm 180. I'm 180. All I have is two natural kids. All I have is two kids. And I am 180. Okay? Now, one of my brothers at TBIC, my brother following Yeshua, I think he's at the 7, and I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. I'm like, oh man, But how do you pass on this legacy? How do you pass on your seed? How do you pass on your legacy? How do you pass on an inheritance? How do you pass on those values? That's through your children. And how do you keep your name alive, your house name alive? He talked about that, and we'll get to it when we talk about the Murray tribe. He said, that's not just a little thing. Okay, my grandfather was a Murray tribe, my father was a Murray tribe, and I'm keeping that name going. We're not talking about the etymology of Murray, stuff like that, so I understand what he's saying. I'm not talking about the etymology of my last name. It's what it represents, carrying on his father's seed, so I can respect that. Yeah, you're right. TBS Shalom style. Okay, Michael Israel. He said, imagine 20 plus kids. I mean, I seen it, and I seen it from polygyny. We'll talk about that too, but I seen that from polygyny. I have 7 children, okay, but 10 in total, right? Because you're gonna have, okay, I got you, 10 in total, and then you're about to have 2 more, okay. Slavery is not a bad thing. We think of roots, but that is abuse, not biblical slavery. Absolutely, that's all. Absolutely, and for Johnny, I mean, you got indentured servitude. For instance, if I owed you a debt, say I owe you $10,000, there's no way I can pay you off. I'm not gonna be able to raise that kind of money, right? What I could do is serve you for X amount of time to pay off the debt, okay? Indentured servitude, okay? You can be like a debt slave. And people keep forgetting, in Israel, a slave, there were rules for how you treated your slave. You couldn't just do what happened to the transatlantic slaves, what happened to them when they got here. You couldn't do that kind of stuff. You weren't allowed to do that kind of stuff. But, I digress. Let's see. Quite a bit, my grade. Okay, a lot of kids, 16. Yeah, and you know what? My grandmother, I just forgot. My grandmother had 10 children. 10 children. That's my grandmother. My mother only had 3, but my grandmother had 10. Okay? So, hey, that's how it goes. I got like 6 uncles and 4 aunts. So, that's like I got you covered. Okay, no problem. HOQ Amy. The t-shirt sounds good. Not a problem. Okay, look good. great grandma knew he had that other family, but as long as he took care of home, she was fine with it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's how that goes, bro. That's how it goes. Let's look at some more. Let's get back to the notes. Let's get back to the notes. Okay, so he said he did, yeah, you know what? He did that on the mate selection. Okay, so the women supposed to be covered. Then it says through social conditioning, she can make a male a eunuch. Through social conditioning, it's some of the stuff that we were saying before. How are men cut down today? How is masculinity and patriarchy cut down today? Okay, put that in there. You could say I did a video talking about toxic masculinity and stuff. I mean, just asinine type stuff like that. So men can't be men, right? And they make, just because you're a male, they make you a villain. Okay, they make you a villain. And because a lot of men get burnt, by the system and the setup and how things are, they go MGTOW. Okay, now we're not promoting MGTOW. I'm not MGTOW, anything like that. But I'm saying we see why it happens. We see why it happens. Okay, I went to court. I was outside a courtroom, and it was a family court, whatever. And the guy, he kind of had like a sidebar because it was kind of crowded. Guy had a little sidebar. He was there with his father, grown man, and he was there with his father. And then there was an attorney out there, and then the guy, the young man, he's young, young 20 something or whatever. And they're standing right next to me. They weren't talking to me, but I'm standing there, they're standing right next to me, and I'm listening in. And the father was talking to the lawyer. He said, "Look, what can my son do? He's already paying child support, and his paycheck is $1,800 is gone. He has $200 for himself, and she doesn't let him see his child. What can he do? He can't even make it. He's trying to live on his own. He can't even make it. I mean, what can he do?" The lawyer said, "Maybe you ought to get a second job." The system is that simple. Okay, half the time, females, they don't even need lawyers. I mean, don't need to pay for lawyers when it comes to like child support and whoever has the custody and stuff like that. Men, you need a lawyer. You need for all the good it's gonna do you, but you need a lawyer. They're gonna rake you over the coals. So, doing a revolution, 10 kids, absolutely. Unix, I love when he mentioned the roles and position of his wives. Wasn't that what Unique Taste of Soul? Was it not brilliant? Was that not brilliant? I know we're kind of going all over the place, but was that not brilliant when he said that his wife is Sister Genius, CEO, then he got a CFO, COO. Everybody has a position because of their unique talents and skills. And everybody's wondering, well, what do you do? He said, I'm the owner. Was that not brilliant? Okay? Brilliant. Family is a business. Family is and I know, it takes all the romance. No, family is a business. If it's going to function correctly. If it's going to function correctly, it's a business. You can have some romantic components in it, but it's a business. Okay? If we're producing and we're happy and we're eating and we got clothes on our back, guess what? That's pretty darn romantic to me. It's a business. If you treat it like a business, those who treat it like a business, they're producing. Okay? Producing. I'm not saying just greenbacks, okay? I'm just saying they are producing. Okay? Producing. But every one of the wives should be equal. Okay? He said, yes, it's a business. He said every one of the wives should be equal. He said, I love when he said, I love it. He said, I'm the owner. And like I said, everyone has a role. Everyone has a role. And an effective patriarch put his wives, say he had multiple wives, he put his wives in positions of strength. What are they good at? Just like you would do in a company. Okay? The one who is detail-oriented and good with the numbers, that's your financial person right there. And accurate, that's your financial person. Ones who love to just, with the numbers, that's who you put in that place. Don't put them somewhere else. The outgoing person, the person who loves engagement and meeting with other people and talking, that's the person you have on sales or customer service. You put them in a position of strength, okay? He said, not every wife has the same role. Yes, and every woman isn't the same. Absolutely, brother. That's what Brother Fallen Street said, not every woman is the same. They're not. They have a different role and they're not the same. Put them in a position of strength. Run it like a business. That's what you are as a leader. That's how people in big Fortune 500 companies, that's how they do it. They hire their weakness, or they get a wife. Like if you are a big picture patriarch and you really don't want to get bogged down with details. That's if it's you. You don't get bogged down with details, then you get a wife who loves the details and let her worry about that. And then you can run a successful family. It is a team. Family is a team sport, and it is a business. Okay? It is a business. That's how you get things done. Okay? She said, "Romance is the romance is the icing." Exactly. Romance is, it is not the cake. It is the icing. I completely agree. Romance is the icing, not the cake. Not the cake. It's not as satisfying as the rest of the cake. Okay? So, all right. So, let's see here. He said the system is set up to make eunuchs, and Unix, yeah, and how it does that is it makes the economic, the economy, the way the economy works and everything, it makes Unix over there. That means it's ineffective, we can't produce. Mass incarceration, education or miseducation, things like that. It is making Unix, right? It is creating Unix. He said the law of the lid. If someone is better at something, let them go. Exactly. Just let them do it. Let them handle it. Put that in position. Okay? And you can't let the trap is if you let the wives get into their feelings and emotions and stuff, well, she's doing this and how come I can't do that? Well, you're not good at it. That's why. You're not good at it. She's good at it. But what you are good at is this. Go do that. Okay? Okay? When the tide, all boats rise with the tide. Okay? That's it. So, your job may be the same. Your job may be different, but it's important for the overall function of the tribe. We're talking tribalism now, okay? We're getting back down to brass tacks, okay? And we had a couple of elders in this Israel, thank you again, Michael Israel, on Spiritual Combat, who was laying down a flipping blueprint, okay? And probably going to do more of it at their conference on the 26th of October. Probably going to do more of it. Then he talked about tribe. He said a patriarch is someone who produces other patriarchs. You see? I'm going to be first generation, okay? First generation of being in the truth. My father wasn't, like I said, I hadn't seen him since I was 9 years old. And I didn't even find out about this truth until about, a little over 10 years ago, about 10 years ago. And remember, I was kind of getting soft served, right? Now, I'm thankful that I didn't get into it with the camps. I didn't learn it through the camps and things like that. I'm thankful for that, okay? Because, I have issues with some of their doctrine. But it was not like sinking in. After a while, it was just learning a lot of knowledge, ever learning. That's it. Get a lesson, then another lesson, and find the truth in another one, and another. But application was missing, and I'm just now figuring out application. I'm just now realizing that application has to take place. That I have to put it in my life. I have to do it to produce something. So I'll be the first patriarch, right? I need to have some kids. I need to have some sons and some daughters quick. Okay? Real quick. I do. So I can start building something. So when I get out there, me and the brethren, when we get out there and we're building something, we can leave a legacy. Okay? We can leave a legacy. A patriarch is someone who produces other patriarchs. Amazing. Now, can you imagine an assembly where everybody's a patriarch? It's exactly what we're trying to do with TBIC. Nation building only occurs when tribes are built first. All right? That's what me and the brother are trying to do. We're trying to build our tribe, and then we come together. That's what we're doing, right? And did you guys not like when she was using that example, when he was talking about, what about the legacy not being passed on? Who are the heirs? She used the example, Martin Luther King. who's the heir? Is his legacy still going on? Okay, I'm not talking about having a national holiday. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just the heir. MLK is heir. What is heir? How about Malcolm X? Who's walking in his footstep? She used Marcus Garvey. Who's walking in their footstep, and that line just keep on going. I want you guys to juxtapose those examples, and juxtapose it to other people's examples. Like for instance, I don't know, the Fords. We know who all the Fords, Henry Ford, the Fords. We know what's going on in their life and their legacy. How about the Waltons? Walmart, Sam's Club, still a legacy going on. I know the great grandchildren and stuff, they're like sold it, and now they're billionaires and stuff like that. But the legacy. You see what I'm saying? So they are leaving it. We're still speaking their line, their lane. Everything is being passed on. Everything's being passed on. Okay? If you want to get ridiculous, you can go WWF, WWE, stuff like the McMahons, and now his kids are taking over. Okay? Stephanie and Shane or whatever, and it's just being passed on. Their names, it's like royalty. Okay? Say what you want, even with the Trumps. It's not political. We're not gonna make it political. But say what you want. But that is going on. He's leaving a legacy. What are we doing? Rockefellers, exactly. The Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, absolutely. Thank you, brothers. That's what I'm talking about. We said the force is going on and on and on. Kennedys and stuff. On and on and on. The Bushes, exactly. It's like they're royalties. It's like they are royalty. It's on and on and on. And so what are we doing? Right? So we look at the Murray tribe, and he's the third generation of Murray tribe. His father was a polygynist and in the truth. His grandfather was a polygynist and in the truth. And it's being passed on and passed on and passed on and passed on. The legacy. And they are, look, guys, we are so missing out on the power of bringing up your own tribe. We're so missing up on raising up a patriarch. One of our sons can be a doctor. Another one of our sons can be a lawyer. Another one of our sons can be an engineer. Another one of our sons can be a tech genius. Okay? Another one of our sons can. It can go on and on. It is powerful, right there within us, men. It's within us. You can have kids. You don't know what you have. Right here in our loins, right here. The power of that. And then you have that advantage. And then you have this land, and it's in your family. What if they said, no, put it in the trust. Put it in the trust, but I don't want to get sidetracked. Okay? So he says, because Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and Marcus Garvey and people like that, there is no generational transfer. There's no transfer. They got all of us as men. We start thinking, we're like, wow. Yeah, right. There's no transfer. No transfer of blessings and no transfer of what these guys. Nothing. No heritage, no legacy, no transfer of anything. It said the mothers did not train the child's heart towards the father. Do we get that today? You see? See, when we look at, for instance, did you guys notice how Sister Gina, when her husband was talking, when Elder Murdock was talking, she was always looking at him lovingly. Always while he's talking, looking at him lovingly. Never interrupting him, just looking at him lovingly. Did y'all notice that? And again, they were talking about, the mothers, they're not training the children's heart towards the father. That your wife is the first line who always has to turn the child's attention to the honor of the father. So they grow up from birth. Dad, honor my father. My father, I need my father's approval. I need my father's blessing. I need my father, my father, my father. What are we getting today? Okay, you get the wicked woman, and it's like, your father's no good. He's good for nothing. He's deadbeat. Or you just like your father. You're going to turn out just like your father. And that's actually supposed to be a good statement. It's supposed to be a good statement, but how is it thrown out there? You see? So they just turned this whole paradigm upside down. They both show how backwards this world is and upside down it is. Ridiculous, people. Okay, generational passing of the baton, the tribe by function. Generational passing of the baton. Didn't do that. That that's the generation. We're not doing that. We're not doing the passing on what? Our children's heart not is it's not tender towards us. No legacy, no nothing. What else he said? I love how Mother Gina was looking at Elder Murray. Yes, with adoration, beautiful. I, I thought that was incredible. Manuel Ricardo said, "Get with the wrong woman. Legacy, tribe, possibly destroy." Absolutely, the wrong woman can kill all that. It can kill all that. Stop that right in its tracks. Okay. Johnny Smith, very true. My oldest brings me shame. I understand, brothers. I understand. Malak Yashriel, shalom, brother. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. But let's keep it going. They're talking about economics. Oh yeah, he's talking about economics, and he's talking about happiness is automatic. Okay, he said automatic, and he was using that blood flow as an analogy. So when we have a large family, okay, and we're functioning as a unit, and all your wives are in position. You give them their assignment, and they are in position. And then you have your kids, and you develop them or whatever, and you're developing a land, and you are practicing group economics, and you are eating off your land is providing for you. You're taking care of your land, and your land is providing for you. Gardens and animals and shelter and all that stuff, right? And e-commerce, right? In a way. He said, money, all that's gonna flow. It's going to happen. It's gonna happen, which is one of the reasons why we're trying to homestead, right? Because if you're eating off your land, if you have the food you need, okay, so you don't need to go to the grocery store for your food or for very little, okay, so the money that you do have can go elsewhere. If you have your own well, got your own water, you'll have no water bill, so your money can go elsewhere. If you are on firewood or propane, you have no gas bill or not much, then your money can go elsewhere. If you have no mortgage, let's see here, because you built your hand with your brethren and in your own two hands, then your money can go elsewhere. If you have solar and you don't have an electric bill, it can flow automatically. It can flow automatically. Okay? So he used his blood. He said, the blood flows from the top of his head to the bottom of his feet. Okay, in this circulatory system, and that's what it is. Your family has to work in a system. That's how businesses are. A business is a system of systems. Your car is a system of systems. Okay, your electrical system and your braking system, and so on and so forth. Anyone who works on cars, they know a car is made up of systems in systems. Okay, all on top of that. All right. He said that's why she suggested mothers even reading the Kinsman Redeemer that has males. Absolutely. True, brother. I literally pay nothing for heating, water, electricity, vegetables, meat, eggs. Exactly. So now your money goes so much further. So much further. There was a troll on there, and I think Michael Israel can tell you about that. We're talking about, man, he needs to be rich, and if he's going to have a second wife and stuff. And we'll get into polygyny later, but, he has to be rich, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He has to be resourceful. And if you want to get technical, all he has to provide is food, clothes, and conjugal rights. That's the minimum. Everything else is a bonus. But we're not going to argue about that. Okay? We're not going to argue about that. Okay, House Colette, he says, so in function, we shouldn't make community a convalescent home or an orphanage and call that community. You mean it comes from with your marriage. Boom, exactly. It's not a company. This is not a handout. It's not a charity. This is people, everyone bringing something to the table. What are you bringing to the table? Okay? Because everyone keeps saying, like I was saying, you got to have all this money to take care of me and all that. Okay, so first of all, I already told you what the minimum requirements are. But if he's taking care of his first wife and she was down with him when he had nothing, Okay? Your first wife was with you when you had zero, struggled with you when you were homeless or when you barely had anything. And then you come along and you think you're supposed to do nothing and just live the good life, and then the husband and the first wife just caters to you and serve you. Are you crazy? Have you lost your mind? And have you reread Proverbs 31 talking about the virtuous woman? I'm sorry, did she sit around and do nothing? You're saying you're virtuous. Did she sit around and do nothing? So let's re-examine that. Okay, let's re-examine that. Anybody who wants to come in and join themselves to a home, because you have I see women on YouTube and they sit back and they're like, well, because they're just really against biblical marriage. They're really against biblical polygyny. But they say, oh well, man's got to be rich and he's got to da da da. No, if you want to go biblical, he has to provide food, clothing, and conjugal rights. Okay, and don't diminish from his first wife. But you got these women out here who want you to put them up and have your whole system. Now listen, guys, you're the patriarch. You have your whole system ready. You setting up your homestead. Now you and your first wife was out there building those gardens and stuff, okay, and taking care of the kids and running around with those chickens and your cows and goats and stuff like that. You're doing all this other stuff, and then the second one to come back and just enjoy the fruits of you and your first wife's labor. You're crazy. Talk about the woman. You crazy if you think you're going to come in and bring nothing to the table and then do nothing and just reap all the benefits. What is your sacrifice? That's all I'm saying. What is your sacrifice? Because I have one that was with me when I was homeless. I have one with me when all I had was a truck and I had to sleep in a truck. That's what I had. And guess who was by my side? Okay, so, and there's a lot of brothers out there with the same type of story. So some of these women, y'all got it messed up. Okay, y'all got it way messed up. So don't give me that he got to be rich and all that. No, he doesn't. Okay, no, he doesn't. He has to be resourceful. That's what he has to be. My brother, following sure, he says, Zion was with me when I had nothing. Do you think you get a pass as another woman coming in? Hell no, exactly. I'm sorry. Y'all, there's women out there who want to join the houses and they're not thinking. You need to think, what do you bring to the table? Are you an asset, not a liability? This is a business. You're trying to build a tribe, trying to leave a legacy, and a lot of work has to be done. No time to sit there and rub your feet and butter you up and all that other stuff. No time for that. Time is too short for that. Okay? You want something great? You better contribute greatly to that. He said most sisters need to drink a gallon of humility juice. Absolutely. Need to drink it back. And go back for more too. Absolutely. Nope, she took care of her servants as well. Absolutely. Proverbs 30, she took care of her servants. She contributed. She considers a field. Go read 30. Go read it again. Go read Proverbs 31 again. The women who disagree and stuff like that. How is it matriarchal with Trump in office? Okay, you're talking to David Burton. Okay, Malak, truth. I say that all the time. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. It's crazy. Tell the truth, brother. Okay. Humility juice. I love it. There's a show called Men Who Build America, not women. So us men will build Israel up again. It's going to take us to have to do it. We're going to have to do it. Okay. Refreshing to hear the men of Yah acknowledge their good thing. Absolutely. Truth IP. Got you. Thank you, Shakenya. Brother David. Hasatan is the father of this world. He can't create, he just counterfeits. Absolutely. His system is a matriarchal system. Look at all the divorce statistics. Absolutely. That's what I was saying when I was growing up, all the examples I'm looking at, and I grew up in the hood, nobody stayed together. Nobody. And you look at statistics, well over 50%, knocking on the door, 70% divorce rate? That's how you do it, matriarchal and monogamy. Guess that statistic is matriarchal and monogamy. Think about that for a second. So, no, I'm not falling for that. You can't go to a job with no skills and ask for the world. Hebrew, please. Hebrew or Shebrew. The coochie off the table, and most have nothing to offer. Yep, take that off the table. What do they have? Christianity caters to the matriarchal system. David, brother David, that's what I said. That was when I was at my weakest as a man. When I was a Christian man, I was at my weakest. Everything was a compromise. Everything that, if the woman's upset, it was, well, what did you do? Well, what did you do? Well, you hurt feelings and all. I mean, no, we not doing that. Okay, we're not doing that. We're later for that. We're not doing that. Okay, brother Malak. Yeah, absolutely. Unique taste of soul. Common unity, things that we have in common and work together in unity. Absolutely, that's what we're working towards, brother. That's what we're working towards. Okay, we got some more of these. Everyone in your tribe has a function. Everyone, talking about the economics, everyone in your tribe has a function. That's how you're going to get effective in there. Okay? That's how you're going to get it. Okay, ownership. He said the wives consciously yield to your husband. Okay, now we're talking about the women. Wives consciously yield to their husbands. Consciously. Understand that this is a choice. Ladies, this is a choice. It's up to you. You decide, okay, am I going to submit to this man? Am I going to assimilate? Am I going to make his dream my dream? Am I going to make his goal my goal? You should be championing his dreams and his goal. If you have something, okay, put it like this here. If you have a goal in your life, talking to the ladies, if you have a goal and you have these lofty ideas and you need some help having them come to pass, don't join yourself to a home and don't get a Hebrew man, don't get a patriarch, because he's not there to help you with your goals. I'm not saying you can't go get your goals, go get them by yourself, but you can't knock the patriarch off his course of what he's trying to build. You can't do that, because he's not there to be your helper. You're there to help him build what he's building. I can't help you. If a woman come there and he said, well, I just want to do this and I want to do that and I think we should do this and I think you should go do that by yourself. I think you should go elsewhere because I know what I have to do. Now I'm gonna lay out my plan, what I want to do, and if you want to help me do that, then we can talk. If not, sorry. Look at it like this here. Sister Gina did not go get her doctorate until Elder Murray told her to go get it. He saw the capacity in her that she was bright, she was brilliant, she was nerdy. Then he said, okay, you know what? Go get your PhD. Okay? So we got to think about that kind of stuff. We got to think about that. You cool working on your third marriage, but the second wife, you're evil. There you go. Absolutely. See, that's what I'm saying. They scoff and poo-poo at polygyny, yet they're on their fourth, fifth, sixth marriage. So they're okay with serial monogamy. Oh, I can have multiple women as long as I do it one at a time. As long as I have it one at a time. Let me keep with this one for a couple of years. Divorce, remarried, 3, 4, 5 years. Divorce, remarried, 6 months. Divorce, remarried. Like Jean-Claude Van Damme, I think he's been married like 7 times or something like that. Guess what? In this system, that's okay. That's cool. But if he had all 7 at one time, oh my God, that must be his last. Sure. Get out of here. Okay? Get out of here. We're not going there. Okay? We're not going there. Yeah, Christianity made me the softest I ever was. Absolutely. Nor will he allow himself to be knocked off. Yeah, a true patriarch is not going to allow himself to get knocked off. Exactly. So, review and check out her resume and check her references. Yeah, you should. You should. We shared ourselves as a woman, and it's like a debt that I'm willing to do so I can help him fulfill his vision. We become one. That's called assimilation, Shakini. You tell him. That's called assimilation. That's what it's called. Even multiple baby daddies, yep. So he said wives consciously yield to your husband, yep. Submission is willful and voluntary. Submission is willful and voluntary. Okay? So there's no slave and all that. No, it's not any of that. And then that whole dynamic of, the man's the head, but I'm the neck, kill that noise. Okay? Kill that noise. Okay? That's not going down. Kill that noise. Okay? Bearing fruit is the biblical structure. Bearing fruit, not just children, bearing fruit. Guess what? Men and women. Men, we're supposed to have babies. Women, you're supposed to help us with that. Men, we're supposed to grow our tribe. Women, you're supposed to help us with that. Men, we're supposed to, like it says in Jeremiah 28, we're supposed to build gardens and build homes. You can help us with that. We're supposed to train up the next generation. Women, you help us with that. You see how this works? The things we're supposed to do? And we're supposed to build and make an economy, okay? We're supposed to have a group economy, practice group economics, and do all this. If I'm near my brother and I got some chickens, some cows, goats, stuff like that. In my gardens, I got some potatoes and carrots, stuff like that. I can go to my brother who has something I don't have, but I need. Okay? Brother, I need a sack of potatoes, and you can get whatever I have. You get. Well, you want a sack of rice? Okay, great. Our own economy. We can barter with each other, and if you loving your brother, you don't even have to do that. You can just, hey, well, you need it here. There you go. You need it, brother. There you go. Now we are practicing economics there. We're practicing group economics. We're having our own group economics, right? And that's a tribe in a tribe. That's how you bring something to the table. See, when you have Abraham and he had his whole household, he had 300 servants and all this other stuff, yeah, you can do that. You can have servants today. I call them interns, but you can have a young man who's trying to learn how to be a patriarch on your land. You could have that, is what I'm saying. You can have that exact same thing in modern day. It's called something. It can look a different way. You can put some contracts, whatever. You can do it a different. There are ways you can do it. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. We're supposed to bear fruit. We're supposed to be fruitful. That's not just children. That's everything. We're supposed to be leaving a legacy. Leaving a legacy. Now, we know, brothers, when a woman isn't willfully submitting without persuasion, she's not wife material. Is that what it is? It's been verified. Yeah, it is what it is. If she's not one of willfully, no. If she's not, yeah. If she's not willfully submitting, wives will submit to their pastor and disrespect their husband every single time. Every single time. Yes, they will. Every single time. House Colette. Okay, you read that. Most Christian men don't deserve respect. Most Christian men, okay, yeah, okay, most Christian men. But the Hebrew men, patriarchs, they deserve respect and reverence. Hereby, I never agreed with that whole neck thing. Heart guard, yes. Mirror, sure. Neck, no, absolutely. Thank you, by hearing and hearing by. Absolutely. Respecting the pastor, deacon, etc. of the church more than a husband. Yep, they do. They just don't, they just don't. M4 Johnny, nope, we are not Christians. That name has been hijacked. We know what it means. We know the etymology, but no. So, Hebrew Economics 101, absolutely, Frank Stockton, absolutely. House Colette, submit to the dollar, i.e. supervisor, boss, and the lawn guy. Yeah, they do all that submission, You got women in there, they cringe because, a wife will call her husband master and everything, but go to a job and, yes, bar, yes, sir. They do all that other stuff, You work in a legal system, whatever, guess what you call the judge? Your Honor, Judge, Your Honor. That's just a title. It's just a title, a salutation stuff. But to your husband, no, you talking him crazy. You getting all in his face. There's a difference. Sorry. We just got to call it the way it is. Okay? You're in the military, somebody outranks you, you're going to call them by their rank. And you're going to give them a sir sandwich, right? Sir, yes, sir. Okay? Anybody in the military, correct me if I'm wrong. Going to be a sir, yes, sir. It's going to be captain, sergeant, major, whatever their rank is. If they're higher than you, you're going to address them like that, and that's what you do. But to your husband, and Sarah calling Abraham Lord, which we know translates to master, that's a problem. You can't submit. You can't assimilate. I'm sorry, you're not a Hebrew. You're not wife material. You're not Hebrew wife material. You might be something else, but you're not Hebrew wife material. Until sheep time, then you're the master. Yeah. So I'm telling you. Okay, he talked about rank. He said, rank. A lot of women have a problem with rank. They have a problem with that. And they think that we dictate what that rank is. Sisters, let me tell you something. We don't dictate your rank. You do. Your life decisions dictate your rank. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not useful, that you can't add, you have nothing to offer. That's not saying that. It's not saying that. And like Sister Gina said, just like Dr. Gina said, anyone can outperform their rank. Anyone can outperform their rank. Remember that. So your life choices dictates your rank. If you are a wife that comes with a bride price or something like that, guess what? Virginity determines that. And I know we don't, practice bride price and all that today, but I'm just saying, for the context, your virginity determines that, not me, not any man. We don't determine whether or not you deserve a bride price. Your virginity determines that. Okay, so you got to look at that. You have to be humble, sober, and delivered from past decisions. That's what Dr. Gina said. You have to be humble. From anyone very humble. You have to be humble. You have to be sober, and you have to be delivered from past decisions. That's part of the process. You got to be humble enough to say, you know what, I made some mistakes. My life is messed up. I haven't made all the best decisions that I could have made. Whatever. Instead of getting all emotional, like, and then justifying every doggone decision you made, and then you want to come to somebody else's house and want them to accept whatever bad decisions you made. It doesn't work like that. The hell you mean? It doesn't work like that. So you have to be humble, you have to be sober, and delivered from the past mistakes. So humble yourself, and then you will be exalted. Exalt yourself, justify everything you want to do. Justify everything you want to do, and look at what happens. Okay? So no, we're not having that. She said promotion comes from the Most High. Promotion comes from the Most High. Do you believe that or not? Promotion comes from the Most High. I believe that. You can outperform your rank, but you need to get in right where you fit in. You need to get in right where you're supposed to be and operate from that. Operate from that, accept it, and operate. Because guess what? You can try to fool us. You can try to fool the man. You're not fooling the Most High. He know all those decisions that you're trying to cover up, trying to tell us. You don't want to take any responsibility for anything you've done. Give me a break. Give me a break. Okay? Oh, I like how she put rank means responsibility. Okay? Because rank comes with a responsibility. Oh, you want to be first wife. Guess what? That's a huge responsibility as first wife. That's a monumental responsibility as first wife. Okay? Oh, you don't want to be second or third or whatever. You don't want to be, all that. Each one has a responsibility, and can you handle that responsibility before your husband, the patriarch, gives you more responsibility? See, that's our problem. We want rank and position, and we want all that, but we don't want the responsibility thereof. You got guys out there, they want to be called Shepherd and Morey and all these Reverend, Dr. Bishop, Pastor, Priest, and all this other stuff, but they don't want the real biblical responsibility thereof. So the same thing with the women. Don't come in here thinking you want to run the show and everything, or you want first person position, and I don't like this whole idea of rank. I'm sorry, your life choices determined your rank. Your decisions determine that. Period. Your decisions determine whether you're a virgin or not. Nobody else determined that. Either you are or you're not. That's it. Let's keep that in mind. Let's see what you guys talking about. I have to avoid some of the comments so I can do it. Give them your blueprint, aka direction, and if they don't want to follow it, let them go. Amen. Amen. Malak, a man is Lord over his house. Agreed. Sisters still trip on the term master. Yeah, they do. They go crazy. They call everybody, it's yes sir to everybody else, but the husband, last line of respect, when it should be the first line of respect. They're the last line of respect. Brother, wickedness is what that is. When women disrespect or fail to utterly revere their husband. Yeah, that is wickedness. If you cannot reverence your husband, why did you marry him? I I don't understand. Why did you marry him? A person who's supposed to be willing to give their life for you. A person who committed themselves to providing for you, protecting you, covering you physically and covering you spiritually, but you can't reverence him. Why is that? Why is that? What made you marry him in the first place? Something to think about. They will follow Order of Eastern Stars or their sorority true about military. Okay, exactly. Eastern Stars, Truth Brother. Okay. I guess, but when about you do obey your father, and he's the one that is completely of the Western mindset. Okay, you probably have to rephrase what you said. I don't see how that is wicked. Okay, well, y'all follower, you'd have to rephrase it. I don't know about that. Taste of soul. Why do people have a problem calling her provider, protector, husband, head, leader, master when they call the person, the company they work at, boss, or the apartment or house landlord and stuff like that? Okay. But I'm open to learn, and that is why I'm not rushing to follow just any man. Okay, fair enough. That's good. All right, Johnny Smith. When you join the army, everyone's same rank unless you went to college and did extra training before you enlisted. Okay, right. All right. You shouldn't rush. The only decision more important than who you marry is your decision to follow Yah. Absolutely. Okay, so I'm caught up with that. Yeah, that's absolutely right. Still got notes, guys. Rank determines your responsibility. Everyone doesn't have the same capacity to function at the same rank or position. Okay, I'm taking my notes. This is what she's saying. Sister Gina said, not everyone has the same capacity. Everyone doesn't have the same expertise. Everyone doesn't have the same skills. Okay, everyone is just not. I mean, if we just talking about just home economic type skills. Okay, you might have a couple of wives, but maybe not all of them are such great cooks, or maybe not all of them can sew. You know, maybe not all of them, have first aid. Maybe not all of them are equipped to teach in a very structured way. Maybe not all of them are equipped to do that. It just depends. Okay, it just depends. Okay, just like I see a lot of patriarchs. One of the patterns I notice from a lot of patriarchs is a lot of them, they don't keep parading their their wives all around, bragging. Okay, here I got 16 wives and look at all of them and all. They don't really do that. Okay, they don't do that, trying to show and boast about it, because it's a huge responsibility, right? So they just don't boast and do that. But again, going back to it, not everyone has the same capacity to do it. Okay, and then she also said, ladies, it also doesn't mean you're being loved less. Exactly. It is not. It doesn't mean you're being loved less. Let me tell you something, the male mind, that's not how we function. Okay? We don't function like that. Okay? Just because we'll have one wife do this and another wife do that. Oh, I love her best because she did. No, we looking at the whole operation as the owner of the operation, as the patriarch of the tribe. We're looking at the whole operation, and we happy with anybody doing their job. We love everybody doing their job. Period. It all has to get done. Okay? That's how we think. Just letting you know. Oh, and then the next section they talked about was polygyny. Okay? The next one we have to do is polygyny. Okay. Expose the hypocrisy. See, I already touched on it. She was talking about exposing the hypocrisy, talking about he must be rich, provide a lavish lifestyle. Sister Gina was talking about. That's what she was talking about. Yeah, he wants to take it. What do they say? You see the comments all day long. Oh, most men, they can't even take care of one wife, and they trying to go get another one, and all the other stuff. And he's supposed to provide. He's supposed to provide all this other stuff. We already know what it says he's supposed to provide. You're supposed to provide a token of your virginity. Can you do that? Can you produce that? So I don't want to hear all that. I don't want to hear all that. Like I said before, and I said earlier, you have to be resourceful. Period. So if the man provides a tent for one wife, and he provides another tent for the second wife, he's doing his job. Hell, if he got a big enough tent for both of them to fit in there, he's doing his job. He doesn't have to be rich. He has to be resourceful. That's it. So we don't look. I'm sorry, ladies, if you out there and you trying to run that game on these patriarchal men. We already know better than that. We already know better than that. We already know you don't know what you're talking about. You are secretly against polygyny and biblical marriage. And I'm sorry. We're on to your game. Okay? We're on to you. So I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Don't come with that. Oh, well, he's supposed to provide. Well, you supposed to be a virtuous woman. You're supposed to help out the whole household. You're supposed to take care of everybody in that house, including your husband. You're supposed to make his name known at the gate. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be chaste. When he meets you, you're supposed to be a virgin. Are you that? So we don't want to hear all that. Food, clothing, and conjugal rights. That's what he needs to do. If he can provide that, that's the minimum. He qualifies. Okay. So stop it now. Let's talk about it now. Let's talk to the men. Okay, fellas. We know you got to be righteous. You got to have a vision. You got to be strong. You got to have leadership. You gotta you gotta have leadership. And you need to be following Yah. You need to be righteous. Okay. I'm gonna tell you the cost. Okay, ladies, I'm gonna make it simple for you. A wife has a cost, and a husband has a cost. But let's qualify it. A righteous husband cost you submission and assimilation. Men, a virtuous woman cost you righteousness. You need to be righteous. Sacrificial love, providing, things like that. Leadership. There's a cost. The cost for a virtuous wife or a virtuous woman is a righteous man. That's what a man has to pay. He has to pay with righteousness. Virtuous women, you want a righteous husband, you have to pay with your submission. That's how it goes. Sorry if you don't like that. That's what it's going to cost. Now, if you both want to get wicked, what does it say in the Apocrypha? A wicked woman is laid up for a wicked man. Okay? I don't want to keep going that. He owns you and your labor. He owns you and your labor. Can you handle that? He owns you and your labor. No, but ladies, this came from a female. See, if you didn't see it, you would think a man said that. No, this came from a female. She said, he owns you and your labor. She was right there agreeing with it. Elder Thomas talking to her. That's what it is. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. Thank you, brother Chris. Thank you. Okay? So that's what it's going to cost. So he owns you and your labor. Yes, you are a possession. Yes, you are. But that's a good thing. That's a good thing. You are a key cog in his will to get this whole system of tribalism going. Very key, very integral part. Okay? It's like a car. It needs a transmission. Right? It's a car. It needs an engine. It needs brakes. It needs an electrical system. It needs all that. Okay? It needs all that. So you're a key. You're an important piece. Now, is it going to be you or someone else? Period. You or someone else. He said, polygyny. He owns you and your labor. A man's worth is more than his money. Because I like how she kind of divert when women talking about, well, he has to be rich and he has to provide all this other stuff. And then she was like, okay, well, you're talking about his money and all that, but it's like, you need to worry about, is he willing to give his life for you? You understand how big that, you understand how big that is? You understand that? You understand, okay, here's what I mean. And Sister Rebecca can vouch for you. When I was homeless and I had nothing, actually at this point I was on my friend's mother's couch. I was doing that bad. And me and Rebecca, we were there, and I got a job. Actually, where was I? I was on my uncle's couch at the time. See, I was going from couch to couch, and I was at my and so I think it was at my uncle's couch, and I had a job at a restaurant, and they would give me, a free meal as one of the perks of being an employee there or whatever. But I would take my lunch home, my dinner, my lunch, whatever, home, put it in the box, whatever, and came home, and I just gave it to my wife because she was home and she was hungry, and I need to feed her. I would come home on my lunch break just to bring her my food so she can eat. So you thinking about, oh, he's supposed to provide this lavish lifestyle, whatever, are you willing to submit to a man who is willing to give his life for your well-being? Focusing on the wrong thing. Let's see what we got there. See what you guys. Let's see, Ricardo. Raising the value of a woman, it blew my mind when you explained an aspect of that. Now, woman does not have to settle. She still has access to a good man. Absolutely. They don't see the benefit of polygyny. You have access to a good man. You don't have to say, oh, all the good ones are taken. Isn't that what they said in the Western mindset? Or all the good ones are taken? Well, with polygyny, no, not all the good ones are taken. Okay? Following your tell the truth, tell the truth. Shakina, thank you, hallelujah. Keep it real. Is it not about being loved less? Absolutely. Husband, love wise, fosters security, not competition among his loves. Exactly. Just not competition. What are you talking about? If I'm running a household and it's a well-oiled machine, I'm loving everybody in there because I'm very, very happy. That's what makes me happy, and that makes me feel very loved. You get with the program. I feel very, very loved. Okay. Shalom, shalom, Michael Rivera. Let's see, hallelujah, hallelujah. Is that wicked woman giving the portion of wicked man? Absolutely. Just catching up a little bit. Righteousness, okay. Is it going to be you and someone else? Just how it works for us men as well. If we are not obedient to Yah, he will pick another man to move his kingdom forward. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's how we have to be. That's how we have to be, Brother Manuel. That's what we have to be. It's going to be you or someone else. But this train is not stopping for you or your feelings. Okay? Oscar, yes, sir. As you can, and look at you guys now. All right. You're worthy to be praised. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Bertie, I get that. It says, I get that. And it's easy to see when the wives are actually happy and not being told to say they are happy. A lot of brothers blame the women when things go wrong. But he never had order. Okay. All right. She addressed that to Brother Birdie, so I'll let you handle that. Hallelujah. All right. So we're gonna keep going. Appreciate it, guys. You guys keep that up. Keep it up. Keep it going. Okay. A man is measured by how he covers you in all aspects. A man is measured how he covers you in all aspects. Not how he lavishes you with all kinds of luxuries and the trappings of success or anything like that. He's measured by how he covers you. And the most important opinion of how he covers you is Yah's opinion, not yours. Yah's opinion. If he's providing these things, if he's doing what he's supposed to do, if he's providing beyond those minimal requirements, you're doing pretty good. You're doing pretty good. What happens is some women, I don't want to say all, some women, they romanticize the whole thing. That's what they do. They still have this Roman idea of how all this is supposed to go. Okay? Go back and look at that interview. It's awe-inspiring. Okay? It is awe-inspiring. Okay? A thank you and salute to you, Michael Israel, for getting that interview. Okay? When you got to get them on again. Now, something my brother Chris talked about, inheritance, okay? He talked about inheritance, okay? One of the things you want to have? Land free and clear. You want to try to have that. Land free and clear. Because that's what we're focused on. We're not focused on, what if war breaks out? What if fit, hit the shan. We're not talking about that. Okay, we're talking about inheritance and legacy. Yes, all those other things could happen. Yeah. But we're talking about legacy. Having land free and clear, something to pass on. There's a lot of scriptures talking about that. I would love to get into it, but the interview was so long and nice in a good way. The woman wants man to bend the knee to money, bend the knee to Caesar, worship mammon. Okay, Mike Israel talking about mammon worship and stuff. That's what he want to do. Okay, you want me to provide all these things that it's going to cost me. I have to go out there, continue to be a wage slave. I got to do that just so I can provide you all these little luxuries. I got to do that. That's what you want me to do. You want me to be a wage slave to provide you all these little things that you're supposed to have, all these little accoutrements, all these little No, that's not how it works. We're trying to build something. I'm going out there to work so that one day I won't have to work. Okay? I'm not going to work until I die just to be providing you these little things that you think you need. Okay? You think you want. So we're not going to do that. We're not passing on anything. Okay? Your husband should not have to be a wage slave ultimately. Yeah, we work a little bit to get other things done, but our ultimate goal is not to be a wage slave. That's not the patriarch's ultimate goal. If I can just get a few more work hours, we do not want to get on our deathbed and say, man, if I just would have put in a little bit more overtime. I wish, yeah. Oh, I should have took Tuesday off. I should have just went. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? That's not our life mission. That's not our life's goal. We have a tribe. We're building a tribe and have strong sons and daughters and build a nice, good economy within ourselves. And then when we are old, we can enjoy the fruits of our labors, and those fruits will take care of us. Why? Because we built it in the first place. So that it is perpetual. Perpetual. My sons now, they are running the land. They are doing everything and providing. I built the foundation. They're just keeping it going. And the land stays in the family and passes on. Inheritance. And that's why we got to get back into tribalism. That's why we have to understand this is what it's saying for us to do. A man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. And land, and you can see that today. Some people say, yeah, you know what, this piece of land has been in my family for 3 generations. That, you know what, that's what it's supposed to do. That's what we're supposed to have. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to build these tribes and have things passed on to you. And that's why we got a whole, we're going to have a whole teaching. My brother did a teaching about, community, and we're talking about inheritance and stuff like that. And so there's different models of community out there, but then there's a biblical model to where you can leave an inheritance. There's some other models out there where I'd be hard pressed to figure out how do you leave an inheritance. So let's take a look what you guys are saying. Real men take responsibility and do not blame shift. Absolutely. You hear us talking about that often. Yep. That said, real men love their wives but do not coddle them. We nurture them. Exactly. There's a difference. I will nurture you. I'm not going to coddle you. I will nurture you. Love that, what you said, Brother Bertie. Talk about it. Yes, sir. Free and clear, pay for it. That's the goal. That's the goal. Brother Bertie, yeah, hallelujah right there, right? Sacrificing ourselves for this system and making others rich. That's what we do. Yeah, that's not our goal. Our goal is not that. Just kill ourselves out there, Just kill our, no. We're trying to build something so that it's perpetual. So that when I am too old to work, what I've invested in takes care of me. Right? And then I also have something to leave to pass on. That's the goal. Remember that. Okay, we're supposed to lay up inheritance for our children's children. Yes, we are. Amen. Yes, we are. That's what we're supposed to. Supposed to be building something for that. Our 4 walls are still up and the wives are laughing while cooking and cleaning and taking care of all the kids. Absolutely. No, it's sad that it's actually a real thing. $500 could buy lots of lumber. Okay, very exactly right. Okay. I'm just saying when I see that it's a huge warning that he'll probably always blame women. Okay. All right. And spiritual combat, they have us aborting. Yeah, aborting children. Absolutely, Frank. Fit hit the shit. Yeah, I switch it around. I do that. I try not to curse. I try not to. But yeah. I'm not sure I've ever seen nurturing from women. I'm not sure I've ever seen nurturing from men. Okay, wow. Okay, I don't know what men you've been around. You might want to get into community. I don't know where you're looking. I really don't know. I don't know where you're looking. I know there's some. I know if you look in the wrong place, and I know there's some good wicked men out there. But that's just the thing. Um, there are good men out there. There are some righteous men out there. Okay, now the wicked men outweigh the righteous men, just like wicked women outweigh righteous women. But there are good men, and I'm sorry you haven't seen any man nurturing a wife. But why don't you ask some happy wives and ask them if their husband, nurture them? You might want to try that. Reach out to some of them. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry you did. But we're looking at inheritance. Okay, your husband should not have to be a wage slave ultimately. Absolutely. I'm not done. Got a little bit more. Let's continue. A man must be willing to sacrifice more than just money. It includes his life. Okay, we talked about that. Includes his life. A husband is not to finance your own agenda. Hello, we talked about that. Sorry, women. If you got your own plan, stay by yourself. Don't go looking for a patriarch to finance your agenda. So I'm sorry, it's not about you. I'm sorry, it's not about you. The man, a patriarch man, he's trying to bring up a tribe. He's trying to build a tribe. He's trying to do so many things at one time. He's trying to nurture his wife. He's trying to bring forth seed and make them fruitful. He's trying to train them up in a way that they should go. He's trying to buy some land. He's trying to build some gardens. He's trying to practice animal husbandry. He's trying to fellowship with the brethren so that he can learn to sharpen his sword. He's trying to please the Most High first and foremost. He got a lot of things on his plate. Sitting back trying to finance your agenda is not on it. It's not even last. It's not even on the list. So if you got something that you have to get done, go do it by yourself. Go figure it out. Get it done by yourself. Don't try to get a patriarch. Okay, don't try to do it. It ain't gonna work. Your concern for money is misplaced and should be focused on if he is willing to sacrifice his life. That was from Dr. Gina. Don't be focusing on, well, he's got to have a lot of money. No, he doesn't. He's got to have a lot of drive. He's got to have a lot of resources. But I'm going to keep going. A son is to be raised in a way that allows him to live off the land and provide with minimal contact to the system. This is what the elders said. This is what they were saying. This is what they were talking about. Okay, that's a son. He's supposed to be coming up to be a patriarch. This is what, fellas, this is how we're supposed to be raising our sons. He's supposed to be raised up in a way. Let me repeat what it says. She said, a son is to be raised in a way that allows him to live off the land and provide with minimal contact to the system. Exactly. This is what we're supposed to be doing. This is why I took these notes. This is why I took the notes. Women should police their privates, not men. See, women, quit trying to train men. Oh, well, the man needs to do this and the man needs to do that. Stop it. Stop it. Like Dr. Gina said, police your private parts. How about that? Quit trying to police all that. I got brethren, okay, that can correct me. I got brethren can say, hey, brother, let us talk to you for a minute. That's what I got. That's who can correct me, because I submit myself to my brothers. But to the women, no. Stop it. Stop it. Okay? Just stop it. It's not going to end well. Stop it. Police yourself. Police your privates. Police yourself. Okay? Police that. So let's look at it. Righteous men are systematically produced through tribes. Hello? So me and the brethren, that's what brothers are supposed to be doing. Patriarchs, we're supposed to be in the business of producing and raising patriarchs so that they can start building their tribe. Do we hear that, gentlemen? Patriarchs are supposed to be in a business of creating other patriarchs. Do we have that? Because this is what we're talking about. I love the way Sister Gina and Brother and Elder Murray put this together, laying down this blueprint. I wish I had this 20 years ago. I wish I had it. Restorative patriarchy is first priority. The earth is groaning for patriarchy. We are in desperate need of patriarchy. That is the blueprint. They broke this down so easy. Anyone can understand it. Anyone can get it. Any of us can get it. It's I was shocked at the simplicity of what they were presenting. I was shocked at that. Patriarchs are supposed to be delivering other patriarchs. And it's not about being macho and flexing your muscles and all. It's not all about that. I mean, Elder Murray seemed like this dude got so much wisdom, and he seems like he's a very humble guy. He came off to be very, very humble. He just knows he's just confident in what he's talking about because he's living it, he's doing it. Okay? It comes off very humble. So it's not about that. But patriarchs we're supposed to be in a business of raising up other patriarchs. Be fruitful and multiply. And I agree when she said the earth is groaning for patriarchy because that's what's going to fill it. Righteous men building righteous men, then isn't that better altogether right there? Provision, okay, it's been fully integrated in the man's household with access to his resources. That's how you have provision. It's automatic. It's fully integrated in the whole system. And his whole tribal economy, provision is automatic. What he is doing, those provisions of his shelter, that's why he's building a home and everybody has a warm bed to sleep in. That's why he's building those gardens. That's why he's raising those animals. That's why he's doing that. That's why he's bartering. That's why he's trading, so that he can have that provision for his whole household. She said, husband must wash and prune his wife, nurture her, okay? And that's when they start talking about a tree produces what it is, okay? So as a husband, we need to identify what kind of wife we have. Yes, overall, she needs to be righteous, but we need to identify what kind of wife we have, and she gets nurtured and pruned and shaped, okay? And you know when you prune, you clip certain things, you know, on the particular plant or whatever, that's where you pruning off the things that does not serve the family as a whole. You prune off that, you take all that off that doesn't serve the family as a whole, you prune that away. Okay? If she has a lot of negative thoughts, you help her with that, you deliver her from that, you prune that away. You nurture her, you wash her with the word, you nurture, you bring her, you make her the best, you bring out the best, your job is to bring out the best in her. Now, if she just overall wicked and rotten to the core, there's nothing you can do with that. Just cut her off from your flesh, give her a bill of divorce, send her out of your house because a wicked woman tears down her house with her bare hands. Okay? So you got to think about that. Matriarchy breeds mistrust in men. So Dr. Gina said matriarchy it does, because you don't trust them to lead. You don't trust them to nurture, like one of the ladies was saying on there. Y'all's followers. Matriarchy breeds mistrust in men. You don't trust a man to be righteous. You don't trust a man to do everything that he's supposed to be doing, to take responsibility. You don't trust any of that. Okay, so that's what matriarchy does. The Bible is not politically correct. I agree. The Bible is not politically correct. It doesn't care what your feelings are. The Bible is not to be interpreted through our feelings. We're not supposed to eisegete through our feelings. We're supposed to exegete, to pull out truth. That's all we're supposed to do. Okay? They talked about mate selection and how important that is. And a lot of people, they were cringe. They I'll clutch my pearls. I mean, I don't want somebody to pick my mate for me. Well, if you're not in your first marriage and you're on your fourth, fifth marriage, you're on your eighth, ninth, 22nd boyfriend or husband or whatever, then yeah, somebody needs to help you pick. Somebody should help you pick. And guess what? Under the old system, we're picking on how they look or how much money they have or romance. How's that working out? How's that working out statistically? How's that working out? So you need some help picking. Give me a oh geez, yeah, if they have good hair, oh, I like this high yellow brother, ooh, this guy ruddy, or I like this dark chocolate, what all that. How's it working out statistically? How's that working out? So somebody need to help you pick. You can. That's what I'm saying. I marvel at how people poo-poo on something, right? And what they're doing is not working. What they're doing is not working, but they want to put down something that could work if you do it right. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. So I'm backing up a little bit in some of the comments. I got to catch back up with you guys. The revealing of the sons of Yah. Okay, women, police your private parts. I like that one. That way you ensure that you don't lay up with an unrighteous man. Yeah, that's true. That kind of solves that. Take it real slow. Make sure. Check that. You know what? Check that man's fruit. See if he's bearing fruit. See if he's a doer. Talk to his wives. Okay. Talk to the elders, other people that know him, that maybe can vouch for him. You do your due diligence, and you are less likely to fall in love. You get a bad man. You end up with a bad man. You didn't do your due diligence. Okay. Same thing for a husband. Same thing for a dude. You end up with a wicked woman. You didn't check her out. You didn't do your due diligence. Okay. Arrange both ways. Elder Murray said his father picked out his wives for him. His father picked them out. Okay, that one's going to be a good wife, that one's going to be a good wife, and that one's going to be a good wife. 25 years later, in a thriving tribe, I don't get when people complain about something. How you complain about something that's working? I don't get it. Let me see what else you guys got going on here. My son was affected, and I regret that I let that happen. He is doing better now, though. Okay, unique self. Yes. Corey, shalom, Corey Israel, shalom. I was thanking you, saluting you and your household, Michael Israel. I'm saluting you and your household for you guys having that interview. Okay, it was absolutely mind blowing. Okay, I just want you to understand that it was mind blowing, thought provoking, and life changing. Okay, it just filled in so many gaps. It was ridiculous. So salute to you and your husband. Salute to you and your head, Michael Israel. Okay, filling in the gaps. Okay, that's when the nation come into place. Absolutely. Okay, we are all affected in one form or another. Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it's starting to rain. The stuff that you have on the back of the truck is going to get muddy.
Oh, okay. I will get that just a second. Okay, guys, I'm gonna take a brief intermission. Okay, take a brief intermission. You guys keep chatting it up. We're gonna get back to it before we close out. Okay, be right back. Thank you, love. I'm gonna go through the. Is it raining hard or just starting?
It's just starting.
Okay, let me open it up. All right, guys, y'all still with me? Still hanging in there? Awesome, awesome. All right, we're back. Sorry, what did I miss? Let's see, what did I miss? I'm sorry, I had to move the truck there. Not patriarchs. What I said, not patriarchs creating betas? Absolutely. Patriarchs supposed to be creating patriarchs. All right. Let's see. Cora Shalom says she can. Awesome, awesome. Deborah, women, police your private parts. That way you can sure you don't get unrighteous man. I totally agree. Let's see here. Unique taste of soul. Okay, yes. That's when the nation comes in. Okay, just catching up with you guys. Got my Ciroc there. Okay, yeah, it's only too late when one stops following Yeshua. Absolutely. Repentance and deliverance are powerful tools. Absolutely. That was the part that hit me. What kind of tree you have? That's our jobs, men. We got what kind of tree do you have? You know, what are you working with? Okay, and then you know the old phrase. You can't turn a what into a housewife. Yeah, if she's not, if you want an apple tree in your orchard, you want it to bear that kind of fruit, make sure this woman is an apple, okay, or the seed. So when she starts to bloom and blossom and bear fruit, it's what you want it to be. Okay, so she's got to be. If she's she's the kind of woman you need. That's what it's got to be. Okay. Matriarchy makes men look like buffoons. Absolutely. Okay, we're in a matriarchal society. Name a show. Name. I'm not gonna even pick a high number. Name 2 shows, sitcom or anything. Name 2 shows where the husband is depicted as the head of the house. He's strong. He's smart. The woman reverence him. So on, and the children respect him. Okay, name 2 shows, and I'll just wait. Just put that on there. Just say, yeah, this show, and that's it. Okay, do that. We'll do a social experiment. I'm gonna give you guys a few minutes to do that. Put it in there. Name a show. Oh, that's not even still going, but go ahead. That's fine. Leave it to Beaver. Okay. That's one there, but go ahead. Name 2 shows that are like that. Now, obviously, you name a show that's no longer around, right? So let's talk about a current show. Okay. Society has changed a little bit since Leave It to Beaver. Okay. Nice try though. Nice try. Okay. So name a show. Okay. Look like buffoon. If they had a good hair. Yep. Okay. I'll take a righteous 4 over a unrighteous 10. Absolutely, Brother Burger. Absolutely. I'll take a righteous 4 over an unrighteous 10 every day. Easy choice. That's not even hard. Okay? That is not even hard. Okay, that truck has some pipes. Oh, you heard my truck. Okay. Shalom. Godfather. Yeah, that was the last. But you know what? That's kind of how it's supposed to be, minus the crime. But that's how it's supposed to be. Have reverence. Godfather put in some work, didn't he? He put in a lot of work. When you look at the whole thing, he put in a lot of work, and he passed it on to his son, to one of his sons. But he got all that respect because who he was. He put in work. He deserved that reverence there. Okay, so. Now that's tribal structure. We're gonna finish it up with this. I'm on my last page of notes. Tribal structure. He said the patriarch is the owners, and he said wives are not interchangeable. Everyone has a role. Wives are not interchangeable. Okay, when a husband puts a wife in a certain position, is because he thinks that she's well suited for that position. Okay, that's why he puts in that position. He believes that she is well suited for that position. Okay, so they're not interchangeable. Like, oh, okay, well, patriarchs put everyone in position. Okay, women are the possession or property of the patriarch. They are the possession or the property of the patriarch. They are, because there's a particular function that has to be there. Okay, there has to be a particular function because he's trying to have a particular vision has to come to pass. So you have to be, willing and able to do that. Okay, I don't watch TV, so I can't name anything recent. Exactly, you can't. But let me try this. Let's try this. Can you name a show where the man of the house is depicted as a buffoon. Can you name a show where the man of the house is depicted as a buffoon, a moron, incompetent? The wife has to save the day. She's the glue that holds everything together. Name a show. Name a show. Okay? Just a show like that. The guy is like, I mean, he's funny, but not that smart. Not that smart. He's not running the show. He's not. Name that. Okay, and what does that? Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Name a show, sitcom, whatever, where you have a husband there, but you see who's actually running the show, who's making the rules, or name a show where the husband is always the butt of the jokes. Name a show. Let's see what we got. Married with Children, check, that works. Simpson, check, that works. Home Improvement, that works. Okay. I hate to say it, but Cosby Show. Nah, I don't know if he's well, I mean, I guess he could. Well, it kind of seemed like the wife ran it, but sometimes. Family Guy, Married with Children, yeah, exactly. There's Bushra. All the shows on TV. Man, I swear, every last movie other than John Wick. every last movie other than John Wick. I love John Wick. I did watch that at the theater. Yeah, I admit I did watch some John Wick. That was I don't know. That was a very testosterone producing kind of movie for me. Really good. Tyler Perry shooter movie. Okay, yeah. You see, look at how easy. Go back, look at the comments. Look how easy it was for people to think of shows where the guy looks like a buffoon, the butt of the jokes. He's a moron. And look how hard it was. One brother had to go all the way back to Leave It to Beaver. The last time a guy looks like he ran the father looked like he ran the show. What kind of society are we in? So people say, oh, well, we're not really in to make sure stop fooling yourself. Look, brother had to put in the Waltons. Look how far you got to go back to find a show where it looks like the guy is the head of the household. The guy looks like he has it together. Look how far you have to go back. These guys are going back 3, 4, 5 decades. 2 minute name, Taste of Soul says 2 minute name, Little House on the Prairie. Look at what we're doing. Look at what we're doing. All of them to me because they all show where the wife runs the show. Yeah, exactly. The wife is running it. Okay, the wall. Fathers knows best when knows best black and white. But it's a black and white show. You see, look how far we got to go back. So how are you going to tell me this is not a matriarchal society? Oh, it's so great to make fun of the men. It's great to make fun of the father figure. He's a wage earner, but he don't run anything. You see what I'm saying? Good times. Now he was. I liked how they depicted him. Okay, hardworking guy. He definitely ran the house. But back in the 70s, got to go back 40 years. You see what I'm saying? You got to go back 40 flipping years. So let's see. Girl power, black girl magic, etc. are the trend now. There you go. It's a matriarchal society. That's it. It's truly a matriarchal society. That's what we're having. Even Star Wars used to be somewhat patriarchal. Now it's flipped upside down. I hear Emmanuel. Yeah. What I saw the trailer. Return of the Skywalker, whatever. Now now she's female and stuff. Used to be about Luke, but again, we're in a new generation. Now it's about the female. It's about girl power. So Family Matter, well, he was kind of good. Carl, he was Urkel kind of stole the show. It was built around Carl in the beginning, and then Urkel kind of stole the show, and then they started writing to where Urkel gets more screen time or whatever. But he kind of sort of. Handmaid's Tales or not a good example. Okay, you need to the Beverly Hillbillies. Did the father run the show in the Beverly Hillbillies? I don't know if he ran it. I don't know. I don't know. It seems like they reference Granny a lot, but I guess what Uncle Jethro. I guess. Yeah, yeah. All this witchcraft. Yeah. Carl was weak on Family Man. I can't argue with you that I really can't. You know, Family Guy, Mr. Ed. Nah, you guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. So let's look. Okay, other notes. Okay, then he talked about patriarchy. He said it's the continuation of your father. Honor the name of your father. That's when he was saying it was from tribe, patriarch to patriarch. Okay, he's talking about from patriarch to patriarch. That's why he said he's keeping the Murray name, and he was saying that's what it's about. You know, passing on that legacy. How can we argue with someone who's living it and making it work? How can we argue with that? This dude is making it work. I wish I could go to that conference, but I got a huge scheduling conflict. But I would love to see that. I would love to go to that. But you know, I hope my brothers will go. Y'all take good notes. Take copious notes. Y'all see how I take my notes. I need you guys to take notes for me so we can talk about it and build on it. Let's do some live streams on it. He said, your wife will easily let go of herself and assimilate to you if you are a patriarch. Okay? If you are a patriarch. If you are being the man that you should be, the woman will submit to you willingly. Now, if you're being a righteous patriarch, you're being a righteous brother, and you have a woman who won't submit to you, then she's not for you. She's not for you. Okay? There's nothing you can do. Because it's not a forced submission. It's a willful submission. That's what it is. If you have to force it to submit to you, then it's not real. It's not even a genuine, not a real submission. She has to voluntarily do that to you. And she makes that decision for the long haul. I had a conversation with my household. I'm talking to them and I'm saying, I want you guys to understand this is a voluntary position that you're in the household. That your submission is voluntary. You decide. The reason why I talk about my vision that y'all gave me, the reason why I talk about what I'm going to do is so that you have a clear picture and you understand exactly what you're signing up for. The reason why I let you see me and I just be myself so you know exactly what you're getting. You're not going to get the old bait and switch. You're going to get, you know, this is IP. This is how I am. Okay? It's going to be just how I am. You're going to see me good days, bad days, or whatever, so you know exactly what you're getting. So you know exactly what you're signing up for. Okay? Because I want the submission to be willful and voluntary. And you make your decision with your eyes wide open. And that's how I deal. We ask the tough questions. We ask the serious questions up front. We get into all the more deep penetrating questions. Okay? I court somebody. I don't think I even asked, hey, what's your favorite color? I don't think I even asked that. Okay? I don't know. Trust me, I get into deeper questions, and they'll come from anywhere, but I'll get into some deeper questions because I want it to be a full commitment with what I'm trying to build. The train is not going to stop. It's not going to stop. He says, patriarchs must be able to trust his extension or his wives. And that's hugely important. Why do you think brothers need to be more selective? Why do you think brothers, patriarchs, why do you think me and brethren and stuff like that, why do you think we will put a female through the gauntlet? Why do you think brothers are trying to be a little bit more discerning? I'm not talking about the brothers who are trying to just beg anything that moves. Okay, they deserve what they get. But I'm talking about the brothers who are really careful with how they are building their house. Why do you think they're going to be that careful? You know why? Because they have to trust their extension. Like I trust my hand to pick up a fork, or I trust my hand to pick up my phone, right? Like I trust that. I got to be able to trust my wife or wives. I have to be able to trust that. trust them that they're going to do and operate in according to my best interest and according to the tribe's best interest, according to the best interest of the family. I have to trust that. That's why the selection process is very important. Very important. She has to be thinking, I don't want to do anything that will hurt, tarnish, or embarrass the name of my household. I'm talking about her household, so she's part of the household. Okay? So that's what he's saying. He has to be able to trust. So when you go back and we take this back to what it is, the Murray tribe interview or whatever, this is what Elder Murray is talking about. Okay? I'm connected to Sister Gina, online with his permission. Okay? With his permission. But he trusts his wife with a social media account that she's not going to say anything that's going to embarrass the family, to embarrass the tribe, or bring dishonor to the name of the tribe. You don't want to do that, right? Let me catch up with some of you guys. So let's see if y'all talk some talking points there. Okay. When I was younger, that's all. Okay. Dang, oh no, Carl. Bonanza was for men. Yeah, Bonanza was for men. Yeah, the Cartwrights, they had the Ponderosa, that homestead. That's what we're supposed to be doing as men. We're supposed to make our own Ponderosa, have our sons, have something to pass on to them. Yeah. You get any idea? I just figured you were Father, welcome back, brother. The patience getting there. You gotta work. Real choke with your clothes. Okay, I'm gonna make it. It's about to happen. Okay, Beyonce, who runs the world? Girl, yeah, that's what she says. Let's see, hallelujah, brother. This train is on a tight schedule. Yeah, train's on a tight schedule. Absolutely. Brothers don't want a stumble stone for their vision. Absolutely, man. We're not trying to hear that. We're not going for that. Okay, Sister Tanya, shalom to your household, Brother Aaron. Yeah, shalom. Man, Ricardo. So he said he's not that old. Yeah, brothers. That's what I'm talking about, guys. This thing was it was a paradigm shifting interview. It really is. Shalom House Elite. It was a paradigm shifting interview. It was incredible. And I think it just had a lot of clarity. It impacted me. It impacted some of the brothers I associate with. It really did. To see it from a guy, who's actually doing it, and putting forth, and making other patriarchs. Okay, I think that's amazing. I think that was amazing. There's a lot of praises need to be there. I wish he did more stuff. I wish he did more things that we could, tap into. I know he has a network. Has some other patriarchs, and they have like conference calls and stuff like that. But I wish he did more things. But he's doing something that I also think is pretty wise, and he's flying in under the radar. I think that's smart too. It's not all about us, putting on our garbs and headbands and all our seats and all this other stuff and tassels and all that, and showing just how broadening our phylacteries and showing just how holy and righteous we are or whatever. No, it's about doing your business. Because if people praise you for that, that is your reward. Oh man, that dude looks real holy and all that. Oh, look at that. Oh, he got his tassels and. No, I don't want that reward. Keep that. Okay, keep that. But I like what he's doing. Flying in under the radar like that, guys. Really, I just want this whole thing was. I just kind of wanted to go over that so we had time to digest that interview. We just had time to just kind of sit back and ponder and be like, wow, I never looked at it like that. I think that's a beautiful, beautiful thing, guys. So, man, give me your thoughts. Give me guys your overall thoughts. Scale of 1 to 10. Just how you felt overall. The high points, the low points. What'd you think about it so we can get on out of here? Let's go ahead since we all had a chance to kind of, digest it. Some of us probably watched it 2 or 3 times or whatever. Just give some of your overall thoughts. Okay? Just give some of that. Like I said, my only critique was I thought it was great. I just wanted to hear them just go, just go, just go, just go. That's what I wanted to hear. But, that was it. But he said, brothers don't. Okay, I'm trying to catch up. I don't see anything there. Yeah, lots and lots of wisdom. Sister Amy, wife of David, pastor. Shalom, sister. Yes, thank you. Okay. See it as wisdom. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right, guys. All right. So I guess we're gonna go ahead and bring it to a close. If nobody wanted to kind of share their overall thoughts and how they felt about it. But again, I thought it was amazing. So if you guys get out to that conference that they're having next month on the 26th, check that out. I got corrected, found out I was wrong about some stuff. Okay, found out you was wrong about some stuff. Hey, man, I appreciate that, brother. House of Lee. Yeah. It like I said, it filled in some gaps for me, man. It filled in some gaps and really changed my perspective. It changed my perspective on having kids. It changed my perspective on tribalism. It changed my perspective on, or I should know, on the community. I should say it confirmed my perspective on community. Because, like I said, my brother, brother Chris over at Following Yeshua, he had a lesson on community or whatever, which was great. Had it like about a month ago or whatever, and I kind of went back to that because I had scriptures on it and stuff. And when I'm looking at the Murray tribe and looking at how they are talking about community, that really shifted my perspective on that. So or confirmed my perspective on that. So I love it. Y'all followers, she said, tons and tons of wisdom, I'm playing 10 perfect interview. Salute to the Mary Child. Absolutely, I totally agree. More videos to watch from me. Yes. Brother, it's humbling. Hey, brother, I cannot blame you. Very, very humbling. Crazy. HOQ Logistics, it's a righteous blueprint and builds an army of men that have your best interests, sons of that army. Absolutely. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and close, and I'm just gonna say, you know what, let me just simply say this, and I want to address the Murray tribe. First, let me say to Michael Israel and your wife Cora, thank you guys for having them and putting this on. Thank you guys for bringing out information that people want to hear and should know, because this was very, very powerful. And we appreciate that. So we salute you and bless you and your household. Now, to the Mary tribe as we close. Elder Mary, you deserve double honors. Honor and blessings to you and your household and your tribe. Blessings and honor to your wife, all your wives. And thank you for bringing this wisdom out to show us what we should be doing. And being that example, because far too many times we don't have an example of what righteous tribalism is, righteous household is, righteous polygyny. We don't have a lot of examples of that. And we just want to thank you. We want to thank you, Michael Israel. Thank you again. You keep doing that. Everyone, you see the feedback that you're getting. You see the feedback that you're getting, and it's all positive, okay? You see the feedback that you're getting. That was one of the most powerful interviews that we've had in a really long time, okay? But to the Murray tribe, thank you guys. Thank you, and y'all bless you and your efforts and what you're doing. May continue to bless your household. And we ask you, please keep spreading your wisdom and keep living by example, okay? Blessings. They said on the feedback here, so I really enjoyed this. Thank you for teaching. I'm enjoying your chat. Thank you, y'all follower. Sister Amy, wife of David Patterson. Okay, don't see it as a negative. Y'all is giving you much wisdom to be in this walk. HOQ Logistics, blessings to the house of Israel and the Murray tribe. Totally agree. I second that. Taste of Soul, corrected, confirm my perspective on family and unity. I'm fired up. Brother, I feel the same way. Okay, need more interviews. Yes, need more interviews. We need more of this, absolutely. So, with that, guys, I'm gonna let you go ahead and get with your families. I know we're on different areas, different coasts. It's a lot later for some of you guys. I appreciate it. Salute to all you guys. Shalom to each and every one of you. This is Israelite Prepper. We will be doing it again soon. I'll probably be in transition next week. Oh, one other thing. This Friday on Debate Talk for You, this 6th day on Debate Talk for You, either me and Brother Fallen Sure would be doing a lesson talking about community. Okay, it's going to be on this Friday, the 26th, I believe, 27th this Friday. I don't know what time, but check Debate Talk for You, and we're going to be talking about community. Okay, and just kind of presenting a biblical model of that. Okay, and backing it up with scriptures and stuff like that. Okay, and so we'll have that for you guys. But I appreciate all you guys for joining. I'm gonna see you guys next time. Salute to all the leaders and the patriarchs out there, and bless all the men who are waking up to their true identity of being patriarchal men, and they're striving and they're on fire to start really making this thing happen. So salute to all you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Israelite Prepper.